Underneath Digger Dam, across the woods I scan with my metal detector and my pointer. I search for gold deep below the earth. When it's found, I replace the turf. I mostly find what I'm looking for. Oh yes, I do.
Deep Digger Dam is back. Come on, get in.
So Berlin trip is over, guys. It's over. But never mind, because I'm going away again right now in 5 minutes' time. We're off to Portsmouth for one day. We're going to go to a D-Day museum. And then we're off to Normandy in France for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, metal detecting, museums, seeing some fantastic places. Come with me. I'm so excited about this one, I really am. I've even bought a new shirt. Right, hello guys. We're in Portsmouth. We're on our way to France. We're doing Normandy next. We've got Berlin out of the way. We're going to Normandy for D-Day, the anniversary of D-Day, the 71st anniversary. I'm in Normandy for 2 weeks, but before that, we're in Portsmouth. I'm with my friends in Portsmouth. Jonathan's holding the camera. Say hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Jonathan.
There's always one in there. At the moment, we just stood outside the Royal Marines Museum. This guy here, okay, this guy, that's a statue which was put here, and the person who unveiled it was Maggie Thatcher, Prime Minister Maggie Thatcher in 1982, I believe. But we're not going in here. We're going on to a D-Day museum and then on to somewhere else, Royal Armouries Museum or something. I don't know. All I know is it's very warm, it's a blue sky, it's a beautiful day, and we're going to have fun. So come with us. Okay, first stop is the D-Day Museum. Looking forward to this, but first impressions aren't very good. If you don't know why, look at the prices for parking. Look how much money we've paid to park. Look at that! That's just unacceptable. Anyway, we've paid and we're going in now. Join us in there. If we can film, I don't know if we can. It's a flamethrower, an English flamethrower, known as the Crocodile, the Churchill Crocodile tank. Look at that. Can you imagine flames coming out of that? As a bus comes past from 2015, it just spoils it a bit, doesn't it? Okay, this baby was the standard anti-aircraft gun of the British in World War II, called a Mark II. You must have felt really hard if you were the one firing from that. The unfortunate thing is you'd never really see if you hit your target or not. Here you've got Monty, Field Marshal Viscount Montgomery of Alamein. It's not really him, it's just a statue, but hey, it's a good likeness.
It's anything like Omaha, France, you would have it. Staying over, I was the roughest spot. Even Russian good men took a few prisoners.
Right, here's something which really interests me, guys. Remember when I was in Dunkirk last year? Went to some German batteries in Dunkirk, and this was on the wall, look. They've recreated it here in the museum in England. The same one. And over here. God, this is bringing back memories. Yeah, I've seen the original real ones of that. Fantastic. Just saw this, guys, and I asked Jonathan what it was. I don't know. Well, it turns out it's one of them James Bond things. It's a floating car. It's got wheels, yeah, it's got a propeller at the back. American. I didn't know they had things like this in World War II. That is really cool. What are you laughing at? There's a Spitfire going overhead there, guys. He's gone, he's gone. Right, so that was D-Day Museum. Not much to film really, it's more reading, looking at photos, looking at things. You know, there's no clowns or people juggling. It's not worth putting on a camera really for you guys. But it was very interesting. Now we've still got an hour on his car. We've got about an hour's parking left on his car, And Jonathan's just told me there's a Henry VIII castle, a castle, Henry VIII castle here, and this is where we think he saw the Mary Rose go down, the ship, the Mary Rose. So we're just going to pop in there. Why not? We've got time.
It's a Brucey bonus.
It's a Brucey bonus. People in America won't understand what a Brucey bonus is. And the parking were a lot of money, so we might as well make the most of the extra hour we've still got left. So we're going to go in there, and then we'll go on to the Royal Armouries Museum, and then France. We'll get to France eventually. No rush.
It's a long swim.
I'm going on a ferry.
Water ski behind.
So this, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is South Sea Castle. Okay, this was built by Henry VIII in about, I think, 1544. An amazing place, it really is. It's free to go in, it always has been since he built it. And he built this to make it available for hire for weddings and other special occasions, apparently. Open from March to October. Don't ask me how I know this. But yeah, here you go. It's free. Get yourselves in here. Free, yeah, free. Jonathan's very excited about the free bit. So yeah, this is Henry VIII's castle from 1544. Let's go have a look inside. I wasn't expecting this at all. This isn't D-Day, is it? But it was here during D-Day. Okay, this is quite fascinating. Henry VIII, yeah? Right, this is Portsmouth, this map. And there was a fortification thing all the way around. And this willy bit here, this is where we are. The fort, the castle is somewhere in here. And across there, see that? That chain? That's Gosport, that's where my friends live. We have to come over on a ferry each morning to come here. That chain, here's a link from it. We're talking from the 1560s here. They put a chain across, and we're talking out miles? Is it miles? A couple of miles? A couple of miles? They put a chain across to stop boats coming through that gap. This is in the 1500s. There you go. So this is where I'm sleeping last night. Where am I getting my ferry from tonight? Is it on that map?
Back in the harbour.
Oh, I'm down here. But yeah, how amazing that they could do that back in the 1500s. What? That ain't a picture from 1566, Jonathan.
That's them finding the chain, though.
Oh, this is the people finding the chain. Hey, this is quite exciting. Quite clever people, these guys from 1566. Ooh, and a cannon. Ooh, and a cannon. Look at that, a little girl's cannon. Cannon for girls. Right, this might interest you. This is a gun, an iron swivel gun, yeah? Dating from about 1400 to 1500. This is the same time as America was discovered. All you Americans out there, Christopher Columbus landed over there at the same time this actual iron swivel gun was used. How cool is that? A few cannonballs down here as well. And then you've got, well, these are like feminine guns as well, but even smaller. Like, I don't know, what would you call them? But the guns seem to be getting less cool as we go along. Right, have you ever heard of the saying, freeze the balls off a brass monkey? We still use it nowadays in England, I don't know about the rest of the world. But this is what it means. Freeze the balls off a brass monkey. Cannonballs next to a cannon, yeah? This particular cannon is looking out over the sea here, heading for France. And you've got the balls here, and this is the brass monkey. They called this a brass monkey. And basically, what would happen to it, Jonathan? It would freeze. Yeah, in the cold weather, it would get smaller and the balls would fall out. freeze the balls off a brass monkey. There you go. I knew that. I was just telling Jonathan the story. He didn't know it himself, did you, Jonathan?
That's fascinating. Every day's a learning day.
This is my ride for the day, by the way, guys. Convertible, look. I've never been in a convertible. I think I've been in a convertible Beetle, but you didn't press a button, it all felt folded down. You had to, like, it were all cloth and you had to do it all by hand, and it took 20 minutes. This is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a girly colour, but Jonathan doesn't mind that. Sat there with his feminine coloured top on. We're happy, you know. So we're going to cruise now. We're off onto the next museum. Oh no, we're off to Old Portsmouth first. Then we're off to a Armouries Museum where there's probably going to be cannons and tanks and hard stuff. I don't know yet. We'll see. Bang, 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 bang. Right, I'm in the Golden Lion pub here in Portsmouth. Southwark, near Portsmouth, sorry, Southwark. And on D-Day they took over this pub and it became an officer's mess, okay? And somebody very famous had a drink in here. You might have heard of him. He was called General Eisenhower, I believe. General Dwight Eisenhower. You've heard of him, haven't you? So I feel quite privileged to be in the same place as Eisenhower has had a drink. One other thing I want to show you while I'm here, just have a bit of cider, hang on. Something I wanted to show you is, if you look at the windows behind me, see how they've got tape in crosses on the windows there? I didn't know this, but Jonathan's just told me. They used to do this in the war. Basically because of all the bombs, the Blitz, you know, when the Germans came over bombing, the windows would shatter, so they'd put tape on the windows to stop the glass hurting anybody, basically. Really clever. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Anyway, just one drink and then we're moving on. Having a really nice time. Right, just a quickie before we go. In this particular room, yeah? On D-Day, in this room was Eisenhower, Winston Churchill, Montgomery. They were all sat in here on D-Day. It's amazing. I thought we were just coming to a pub, but it's a pub now. It wasn't then. This was centre of operations on D-Day. Absolutely amazing. Okay, we're on our way to the Royal Armouries Museum now. We've left the pub where, God, I still can't get over that. Winston Churchill was there, Eisenhower was there, Montgomery was there. They were all there on D-Day having a little meeting. I find that fascinating. We're on our way to the Royal Armouries, where I can guarantee we're going to find lots of guns and bombs and tanks and jeeps and all that kind of stuff. Okay, well this probably won't work because it's very, very windy where we are right now. But can you see that cannon? It's not a big cannon, it's very small. It's only about, I would guess, I don't know, 15 foot long. These are the balls which went in the cannon. Look at the size of them. If you want to compare it to a human being, there you go. Look at the size of them. They're like, I don't know, 2.5 foot tall. Honestly, you can't lift one up because I've tried. So what they did, they put one of them in that and they fired them. How far would you expect that to fire? Well, I'll tell you what my guess was. From the cannon to the other side of this road. Oh, no. These things fired it 1.5 mile. 1.5 mile? Can you imagine firing one of these? 1.5 mile. That is amazing. I'm telling you, that's technology. And we're talking 1940s. What? 1850s. Oh, this isn't World War II, this is 1850s! In 1850 they could do that. This is disgusting. Honestly, you couldn't get... In 1850 you could not get a dentist, but you could do this and put it in there and fire it for a 1.5 mile. Get in! This is disgustingly interesting. We've just come across this guy, alright? And I've just been saying to Jonathan, yeah, it looks big and hard, but look at how skinny the top of it is. I don't think it's going to be as good as the last one was. That looks like a man with feet. You see feet there? Anyway, and what came out of this is this. It's just like a little tiny thing. It doesn't look anything special, but the difference is the last one, okay, that did 1.5 mile. This one, where are we, Jonathan? Help me out. This one did 22 miles. 22 miles. This, all right. I don't know what happened at this end, but it must have been really good. They put it in. They put this in there. They did something. It's like a speeding camera, really. Anyway, they put it in there, and I don't know how they did it, but they made it bugger off that way for 22 miles. Get in! Think 1453. We're going back 600 years almost. This was a gun. This was a gun. This was a gun. A cannon, or whatever you'd like to call it. And these were the balls they used to fire through it. It's all sealed off now. It's to stop the public from firing them themselves, because it's all pointing towards tourists who come in through that door. This is a cannon, if you like, from before American was discovered. Absolutely unbelievable. And see this up here? Can you see this? Do you know what that is? That was the Iraqi super gun. This is actually part of the Iraqi super gun. Look at it! Look at it! It's long and it's hard. Honestly, this is only a part of it, but we're talking probably 40 foot long. Probably 40 foot long. Part of the Iraqi super gun. Now we're in about the 1750s. In the reign of George III in England. Look at these cannons, look at that. That's a baby. You've got another one at this side as well. They're alright, but they're not a patch on the ones we've already seen, are they? But they're cool. And look at all these other... We've got loads more to see. Loads more to see. What's that? What's that? We'll find out in a minute. Woohoo! Okay, Jonathan's called me over. I don't know why. But apparently they're winding something up here to fire something. And it's quite exciting. But I don't... Oh, he's going to pull the string, and something's going to kick off in a minute, I'm telling you. It's going to kick off. Something's going to come out. Oh! He missed. He missed. Okay, we're in a little shed, and it's basically just full of cannons and things with long tubes. Oh, and a tank. Look, a tank facing us, and cannons from like 1500 onwards, going up to modern day. This is 1990. This was used in Iraq. If there's any veterans out there, you'll recognise this. And there's loads more, look. It's just cannons and military stuff. It's all alright, but it's not very peaceful, is it? I'd rather see a butterfly, to be honest with you. But there's no butterflies here, so we'll just crack on and we'll accept what we've got. It's lovely. It's lovely. You know, it's very historic, and that's what this trip's all about, history. So yeah, let's just enjoy these big pointy gundy things and crack on. Firstly, I have to apologise because I can't fit this in on one picture. But this is basically the hardest machine in the world in World War I. 1918. It didn't get harder than this, I'm telling you now. Honestly, if you don't believe me, look it up. Look it up. It's a fact. Look at how long and big and hard and wide its turret is. Is that a turret? Is that a barrel? Look how wide its barrel is. That is amazing. And it's attached to this horrible looking thing on a railway line. That's quite hard. I've seen harder, I'll be honest, which the Germans had. The Germans had bigger, harder than this. But it's a good effort. You know, if we had 10 of these compared to one of the German bigger, harder ones, this wouldn't win, really.
Definitely not Thomas the Tank Engine, is it?
It's not Thomas the Tank Engine, no. Okay, I'm quite excited now because look at this. World War II graffiti and cells. This turns me on, it really does, because I've seen graffiti from the German side. I've not seen it from the English side. What's this?
It's all the graffiti.
That's graffiti? Well, that's rubbish.
Wait till you get around the corner.
That's the English graffiti. I've seen the German graffiti and it was far better than this. They could draw better than us. Anyway, I'm told around this corner it gets a lot better. You've got a sword here. It is special, it is nice, but I think it's something you have to turn your camera off and actually look at it for a while. It looks like it's been done in a biro in 1987. Well, after looking at quite a bit of this graffiti, okay, this is basically the Allied forces equivalent of the ones I showed in France, which the Germans did. It's actually pretty damn good. The difference here is they've put some perspex on, so we can't destroy it, which is a good thing. Obviously you can see a soldier there shooting at somebody. We barrel south in his gun. I don't understand what it's all trying to say. This is very cool. Look at this, a policeman. And what's he saying? Get cracking, kid. And there's the kid. He's not a kid though, is he? He's an old man. And look at this church. What? You might wonder why I'm stood in here. This is the Lady of the Lamp, Florence Nightingale. I believe Florence Nightingale was like a nightingale called Florence.
And she had a lamp.
And she had a lamp, which is down there, or down. I'm holding the lamp from World War I. You can't beat a bit of Florence. Whoa! I just filmed then as an orb went across. Seriously. They built this conveyor belt here to carry the ammunition down to the gun something room, Jonathan was telling me. And I'm thinking, why do you need to spend, it probably took them, I don't know, 3 months to build this. Why do you need to spend that time to build a conveyor belt to do that job when you can just carry it? Just carry it, you lazy gates. Just walk down here with your ammunition and hand it over to the next guy. It's just a waste of time. Right, look at this. It's a dragon, it's a dragon. Bear with me, look at that. It's a dragon, but it's a cannon. It's a cannon dragon. And this is from Burma from 1885. Now that's quite nice, I won't mind that. That's alright. That's acceptable because of the ornateness of it. It doesn't matter how big what comes out of it, as long as it looks cool. And then you've got a girl thing here. I don't know what that is. It's a girl one. Oh, you've got is that a pit bull?
A jack, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be. No, is it a wild boar?
A tiger.
Or a tiger? I don't know. You've got this. It looks big. It looks hard, and look how big its mouth is. That's cool. Unfortunately, it's a girl size. If this was 50 foot long, that would be the hardest thing you've ever seen in your life. Okay, we've got 4 guns here, or 4 barrels, 4 hard things that look pretty nice, don't they? I don't know what they are. That's basically just a girl gun, probably a teenage boy gun, and I don't know what that meant. We're only interested in this gun because it looks hard, and it is hard, and I'll tell you why it's hard. This gun at the bottom is from the Battle of Waterloo. It's a double barrel. Can you see this?
Just trying to get it.
Jonathan, can you see? It's a double barrel gun. Can you imagine having... Come here, Jonathan. Jonathan, come here. Come here. Look at this. Look at this. Can you imagine having this in your shoulder and firing this? It's about 14 foot long. Can you imagine firing this? It's 14 foot long. It's a bloody gun. You don't get better than that. Out of everything I've seen in the last 24 hours, this is the best thing I've seen. I'd love to find one of them. It's not loaded though. We're in another bit now, and it's just more cannons, to be honest with you. It is exciting, it's very nice to see if you like museums and guns and bombs and stuff. But they're not getting any better, if I'm being honest with you. You know, that's alright. It's about 5 foot long, it's alright. Then you get onto a proper, like, 4-year-old girl gun. Look at it, it's not even worth calling that a gun. I'm not even going to call that a gun. It's a pea shooter. Then you've got one here that's about 5-6 foot long, and then you've got one here 5 foot long. They're just cannons, but they're not that hard, are they? If you look at the ends of them, they can't fire anything particularly big. Look at that. What's point? What's the point? Why would you invent that? It's too small. Okay, just more cannons, to be honest with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cannons, a sword and an axe. Oh, 12 cannons, sorry. And then you go through this doorway. Look what you've got here. You're not going to believe what's in here. Oh yeah, you probably will believe what's in here. I'll tell you right now. There's 3 cannons, another one, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cannons, 9 cannons, 10, 11 cannons and 3 cannonballs. Oh, another cannon. It's just cannons. I like cannons because I think they're very historically important and quite sexy, really. But when you've seen one, you've seen them all, haven't you? And I've probably seen about 70 cannons today. How many more cannons do I need to see before I say I've had enough of cannons? What? Oh, there's a cannon out here, apparently, John just said. Let's go see this cannon. Got very excited then because we just came in here and look, there's guns. Now first, well, I'll tell you my one first. I went on this one, I thought it looked big and hard and cool and I was waiting to go on it. But then I realised you have to pay pounds just to shoot people and stuff. And then Jonathan went on this one and I came up and I says, hang on, surely that's the wrong way around. The submachine gun I found had this at the bottom, not at the top. And he says, no, it's the right way around, it's a Brent gun. But I still think he's wrong, and I think the gun's wrong. Something's wrong anyway. But you still have to pay £1 just to shoot things. It's quite cool, but you're not going to pay £1, are you? Okay, are you ready for this one? Look at the length of this, yeah? Now my estimation is this is, what would you say, Jonathan? 40 foot long? Yeah. About 40 foot long, I guess. This is one, okay, let's say that is here, yeah? That is one out of all of these. This is the super gun, which they use this in Iraq War, yeah? I think.
Yeah, before it got complicated.
150 metres long. I don't know what this is. I don't know, that must be 10 metres. No. That must be 10, 15 metres long. 150 metres long. That's just a part of it. That's part of the official, original one. Imagine the whole thing. Unbelievable. Okay, so I've told you about a few girly-sized cannons and guns. But look at this! Look at this! A pink cannon! You don't get more girly than this. No eating or drinking in the galleries. Oh no. You don't get that on men's guns. You do in girl guns. Look at this, a pink cannon. Oh, that's beautiful. I would. The Battle of Trafalgar, 1805. Have you heard of Admiral Nelson? I'm sure you have. He died at the Battle of Trafalgar. I took you on the ship a couple of months ago. Last time I came to Portsmouth, it was the HMS Victory. He died on that ship. Okay, and you go to London, you go to Trafalgar Square, yeah? There's a monument. That is not the original monument. This is the original Nelson's Column. This was built in, just give me a second, 1807 to 1808. It took them 2 years to build this. And it was paid for by everybody. Excuse the noise, there's a... Wow, look at that! Wow! There's a helicopter with 2 blades on top of it. Just come across. Why it's got 2 blades, I don't know. I think it's military, I don't know. Anyway, this column was the original Nelson's Column, and it was built, it was paid for by every serviceman who served at the Battle of Trafalgar. Each of them paid 2 days' wages towards this in honour of Lord Nelson. That's how much they appreciated the guy for what he did. So take a look, guys. Paid for by his own crew, getting